Remember, she drove her car in the buildings and now.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
I need
no,
to
that
sign
doesn't
this
look.
or?
You will, you have to do it right now. Just have it done by the time we
Yes.
Guess we're in
All right.
this.
Thank you.
And that's more. Yeah. Yeah. So how do
Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. The time is now 4:33. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Welcome to our General Assembly meeting of the Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting and will be recorded for transparency and record-keeping purposes. We're going to cover some basic items before beginning. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. Senators and supporting staff online members. If you're able, please activate your video and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. Please use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak. I'll do my best to monitor hand raises when you want to ask questions, vote, or make a motion. And with that, can I get a roll call?
Yes. My internet's being slow, so I'm still loading up the sheet. Oh, that's awesome. Do we have President Jose Villarreal
He's excused.
excused? We have Vice President of Administrative Affairs Quinn Matheson,
I'm present.
Vice President of Legislative Affairs Ash Rogers, President, Vice President of Team Development Corey Sertzel,
Also excused.
Vice President of Public Relations Ari Nichols,
Present.
Advisor Cole Calio-Corrado,
Present.
Senator Sanjay Jagadish,
Present.
Senator Annette Crowder,
Present.
Senator Ashley Larson,
Present.
Senator Edmund Dua.
Present.
Thank you, Edmund. Senator Ida Wilmo.
Present.
Thank you, Ida. Senator Sierra Brunner.
Present.
Thank you, Sierra. Regional campus, branch campus rather, Reedsburg Senator Furkan Sendar.
Present.
Goodman South Senator Bethany Bauer.
Present.
Thank you, Bethany. And we have met quorum.
Wonderful. Thank you. Having completed roll call, we'll now move to the approval of the previous meeting minutes. I'll review them briefly. Gosh, what did we do last week? We had no public comment. We had a few noteworthy disclosures and recusals, or one, excuse me. We had a full suite of reports from standing committees, special committees, shared governance councils, and branch campuses. We had no unfinished business. Under new business, we had a discussion of the last Wisconsin student government meeting, as well as some thoughts about the upcoming legislative seminar, a few announcements and non-business housekeeping, and then we adjourned at 6:09 p.m. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes. I saw Senator Larson first and a second from Senator Crowder. Opening up for discussion. Any discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, I'd like to pass this motion by unanimous consent in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This motion is passed. Everyone online, Jose has just walked into the room. He'll be chairing until he's ready to step up. I'd like to now move us to the approval of the meeting agenda. So today, February 12th, we have approved the previous meeting minutes. We will read and approve this agenda. We will then have a public comment, updates on the college's accreditation. We have Ellie Crean here and Paul Baraboo.
Either's fine. Baraboo.
Baraboo, okay, thank you. You don't correct me now, then forever live with the consequences. This will also be a business-only meeting. We'll have reports only from standing committees. We have no unfinished business, and then we will move into new business on which a Senate bill will be presented. We will hold elections for our open Senate roles. There will be a discussion and vote on a position adjustment. And then we will have updates on the upcoming elections from Advisor Khalil Crotto, after which we will have a brief announcement. Can I entertain a motion to approve this agenda? Motion made by Senator Sanjay Jagadish, seconded by Senator Ashley Larson. Open for discussion.
In person or online. See you then.
Seeing none, hearing none, we will pass this by unanimous consent in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion has passed. I hand you the gavel now. I don't know how this works.
Agenda has been passed. Let's get right into it, right? Good evening, folks. Good afternoon. But if you haven't had your dinner yet, thank you, Vice President Quinn Mattson. And with that, we will get right into it. So public comments, accreditation, 30 minutes of Director of Student Life, Ellie Green. The floor is yours. Did you want anything loaded up?
Yes, Cole has PowerPoint.
Right.
And stand up there. Just figure out how to open this. We'll stay face. We also brought a friend with us, though many of you may know him, Mark Thomas. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thomas, the college's executive vice president for policy and strategy, in the HLC accredited, I've met you all before. Higher Learning Commission accreditation typically falls within our institutional effectiveness unit, which is a unit in my portfolio. But these fine folks do all the real work. So I just wanted to come be supportive of them. And then if you have any other additional questions that I can answer, available for that question. They've got the show really.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tagging along. My name's Ellie Green. Many of you know me. I'm the director of student life, Cole's boss. And I'm happy to be here, not in my role as the director of student life, but as one of the writers for our college's accreditation, which we'll learn a whole lot more about as we go.
Paul Brewer, I'm English faculty. I'm trying to look around the room if I had any of you in class before. I don't think so, but mainly English faculty. Right now I'm serving as the accreditation liaison officer for the college, which helps with the accreditation process. And I'm the other writer with Ellie on that team as well.
Awesome. Does anyone know what accreditation is? Just curious.
Ellie, I'm pretty sure we all know what accreditation is. But is there anybody that doesn't know?
Or want
Want to
anybody
say any
wants
more
to
information?
explain it? Yeah.
I'd like your definition.
Oh.
I
thank
could
you.
give a definition.
Wonderful. Kira was trying to get some feedback from your action.
Oh, well, do you want me to give it?
Sure.
It's when we get like approved as good enough to teach students things.
For degrees.
Right? I mean, that's in essence, someone else is saying we are meeting the standards that we need to make. And then we have access to things. So we'll go on to the next slide. And I kind of put it in, simple language, like what is it? So someone else is going to be reviewing us as a college to basically say we meet the standards or we don't. Or somewhere in between, things we need to work on, giving us feedback. It really is about continuous improvement and making sure that we are the best that we can be. So it's really all about student learning and student success. That is why we're here. Really looking at making sure that everything we are doing has the best interest of students in mind. We are using our resources effectively. We have sufficient staff and faculty. Our programs are in alignment with all of the different requirements that they should be. And because we are accredited, we have access to all sorts of things. So your credentials are recognized as legitimate. You are able to use federal financial aid to pay for school at Madison College. It ensures your credits transfer to other accredited institutions and really confirms that we're meeting those standards. So there are many things that go into that and many different things that we have access to, especially funding wise, because we're accredited. But at the end of the day, it is a make or break thing if we're accredited or not. If we are not accredited, this place falls apart, right? Like we are not meeting standards. Students don't have any assurance that this is a good place to go, that your degree will actually get you a job. And you have to pay for it totally out of pocket at risk of potentially not getting your money's worth, right? So who is involved with accreditation? So the Higher Learning Commission is the organization that we are accredited by. There are many different organizations across the US that accredit different institutions. Many of those are based regionally, but not entirely anymore. So the Higher Learning Commission is the group that is taking a look at everything that we are doing here at Madison College, making sure we're meeting the standards that they have set in accordance with all sorts of federal regulations and guidance. They have a set of peer reviewers who do not work for the Higher Learning Commission, but essentially volunteer their time to go out and read big lengthy reports with thousands of documents attached, go visit campuses and make sure that what is written down is true, what is true is meeting standards, and then actually talking to people on campus. So peer reviewers are a big piece of this, which we'll talk about a little bit more. And then Madison College staff, faculty, students, it is at this point, everybody's responsibility and everybody should be involved at this point. So it is not just a small group anymore. And we'll talk about what this looks like when, kind of always. But we're at a point in our 10-year cycle where things really matter right now. There is a lot going on, and we'll head right into the next slide, which is also mine, right? Yes. So this is what our cycle looks like. So we are in the final hour here, the last few months. So many things have already been done to show that we are meeting standards along the way. So in 2016, we were accredited, re-accredited, and we've had to submit some reports, do some activities in between to make sure that we're staying in communication with the HLC, Higher Learning Commission, submit some bigger reports. 2020, we did a quality initiative focused on student success, had to do some reporting there, really just smaller touch points to make sure that we're on track. But now we're in finals week now. So we have a massive report that's due in April that will be followed by a campus visit. So that's kind of this comprehensive evaluation encompasses those things. And to go into more detail, we'll have you on the next slide.
So that comprehensive evaluation, what are we doing? The first one actually starts with all of you. Later this spring, March 2nd to the 11th, HLC will have us deploy a student survey to get your feedback on, I think it's about, I counted just today, 15 questions, but not super long, but to get your feedback, and they use that as part of the preparation for the visit, looking for what did we hear from students, how do we want to address that or talk about it when they are here to visit. Ali mentioned the comprehensive report. That's the big one, but there are also multiple other reports that we submit at the same time because we have Truax, and I think we have a Reedsburg representative somewhere in the room, right? Yep. That the branch campuses are also part of the visit, and they do their own report as part of the visit as well. And then there is the review that looks at specific federal compliance questions. During the visit itself, May 4th and May 5th. So the 4th, on Monday, they will be here at the Truax campus all day, various sessions, meeting with different stakeholders, talking through the different criteria that you'll see in just a minute. And then on Tuesday the 5th, they'll be going out to Portage, Watertown, Fort Atkinson, and then coming back to finish here at Truax with some final sessions. And we mentioned the criteria. So these are the 4 things on which we are evaluated. The first section focuses on our mission, that we have one, that it's clear and publicly articulated, and that everything we do is mission driven. It's connected to the mission. So the educational programs we offer are connected to the mission, how we increase access for students, the different ways that we serve the public good and partner with community stakeholders. All of that goes into criteria 1, which we were just writing today. Criterion 2 is integrity. Looking at our policies, our procedures, our processes, and making sure that we act ethically, responsibly, and with integrity across all of those processes. 3, as you can imagine, is a big one, teaching and learning for student success. It's about half of the report that we've written because there's just a ton of information in there. What do we do in terms of instruction? What do we do for student support? Do we have the faculty? Do we have the staff? How do we assess? All of that goes into criterion 3, about teaching and learning. And then sustainability really refers to our resources, our structures, our policies, our planning, everything happening behind the scenes that makes the college run. Those four things are what are in the report. They also form sort of the core of the visit. So they'll have a session on each of those criteria when they're here for the visits in May.
All right, before we talk in more detail about the survey and the visit and how we want you involved, any questions about accreditation, higher learning commission, those criteria, the report? And I was really excited, staff.
Any questions online?
See a hand up over here.
Senator Sindar?
So I would like to ask, I don't know, I am the guy, I can ask that, but when you mention about they will also visit the branch campuses, can I please learn the reason why they will not come and visit Richburg campus?
Yeah, what do the, totally fair question, that they pick the campuses. And they tend to do a representative sample because we have 6 branch campuses. Time-wise, they can't visit them all, just logistically. So they tell us which campuses they want to visit. In this case, my guess is they were trying to hit campuses in the eastern region and at least one in the northern region. And Reedsburg is tougher just in terms of travel and logistics.
Thank you.
Advisor Cole?
I have a random question. Have we always been accredited by HLC?
The answer is probably not always.
Probably since they were created. I think
But
we-
since
I think
they were
we
created.
pre-exist.
Yeah,
HLC.
yeah,
I think the commissions were 60s, 70s.
sounds about right. I was gonna say at least, I'm gonna guess 40 years plus.
Just want to know.
Yep.
Vice President Rogers?
If we're drawing an analogy to finals week,
Yeah.
what's the grade that we're getting? Is it a yes, no, you're accredited, you're not? Or is it you've meet this number of criteria, so you get X number of benefits?
Yep. So you want me to take that?
Sure.
So there is a yes, no component typically, like we are either reaccredited or not. But there's some nuance to that in terms of it is sort of intended as a continuous improvement process. So even if we get a yes, which we should get a yes, we absolutely intend to get a yes, we'll still get feedback or suggestions. Ideally, what we want to avoid, the no would be getting into areas where we're either not doing something that we should be doing, or we are doing something that we shouldn't be doing. That's never happened in the past. It's always been more of a, yes, you're reaccredited, but here are some things we'd suggest or we saw in the process that you might want to work on or consider going forward.
I'm sure they always give some feedback.
Yeah.
It's not,
Oh, there's
yes, you're amazing.
always
Keep
feedback.
doing everything, right, yeah.
Yep. Formative assessment versus summative assessment, if you're familiar with it. Yeah. Good question.
Any other questions, or comments? We will let our voice of the public also.
Plenty of time at the end for questions too.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we got the basics down before diving into the details. So student opinion survey, as Paul mentioned, that will be going out March 2nd. It's only going to be open for about 10 days, 9 days. But it is completely anonymous, as pretty much every survey you take in this place is. We do not have any role in coming up with the questions or anything. It is written by HLC. They give us a link. We send out an email with that link, and students take it. So it is sent to all students via email before the visit. We now have that date. And then the peer review team has access to view all of the responses and the data from that survey as they are coming up with what they're planning to do for the visit. So the peer review team has a lot of power to kind of craft the agenda for those 2 days in ways that dives deeper into the things that they want to learn about. So let's say there was something in the report or something in the survey that raises a flag for them. They get to say, hey, we want to talk to people specifically about this thing, or we want to ask these questions at the student session when we come to campus to dive deeper into their comments about X. So it really is a primary way for students to be involved, because that 2-day period, we know it's just not feasible to have a lot of student participation. It's the last week of classes, you all are busy, but that student survey really ensures that if there are any flags that should be raised for the peer reviewers to look at, or really amazing things also, that they get to hear that feedback directly from students. It's super short. It's designed to take 5 minutes or less. Very basic questions, a few demographics, and then really just, I agree, disagree, sort of a spectrum. And then the types of things that it asks about, academic experience. So are your faculty prepared to teach the classes you're in? Is the level of your coursework appropriate? Support for students. Do you feel like you have the supports needed to be successful? Things like that. Communication. There are a few questions related to, I received adequate communication about financial aid or the cost of college or how to get into the right classes my first semester. And then institutional processes. So just a few questions about how was this process for you? Did the college make it easy and straightforward and give you all the information that you needed to progress through your degree at Madison College? All right, that's the survey. Up next, we'll talk about the campus visit. So we've already mentioned it a couple times, but these external review folks are people who work at other colleges and universities. They are not employed by the Higher Learning Commission. They are people who have actually worked on a college campus. They have visited other campuses in the past. Maybe they've been in a similar role to Paul of an accreditation liaison officer running the process at their own institution. So they're well equipped to really take a neutral look at everything that we're submitting, everything that they're seeing at the campus visit, and give honest feedback. So they read a ton. They read all the reports we submit, evidence documents that are linked in those reports, and then they review those survey results. So that's how they come up with their agenda. And they really want to learn about the student experience. There's, again, limited opportunity to do that with the student session, but we really, really hope that as many of you as possible can attend the student session. Unfortunately, the agenda is created only weeks before, so we won't have a lot of notice. I can't tell you right now. It's exactly at noon on Monday the 4th, but we will be definitely communicating that out as soon as we have a final agenda. So we're thinking it's around lunch on Monday the 4th. But again, until the final agenda is set, we can't say for sure. And then definitely want to encourage students to participate in the regional visits on Tuesday the 5th. So I think our next slide is how can you help?
So you might have guessed by now, one big way is the survey, right? That especially timing wise, it's one reason we really appreciate you having us here tonight. The survey is a couple weeks away from being deployed. There'll be communication coming out about it. Spread the word. Please take the survey and provide that information so they have what they need to really help craft that agenda. The second is that visit. And I'm already thinking about, Sindar, what you said about Reedsburg, that I wonder about the possibility of inviting Reedsburg students / staff faculty to the Portage session at least. We'll look into that because it would be nice to have the full northern region represented there. But participating in that visit and especially in that session, again, likely to be Monday over lunchtime at some point. That is an open session for all students. The reviewers have communicated to us they really hope to talk to as many people as possible, as many students as possible from a variety of programs, variety of experiences at the institution. So again, please spread the word and let students know they really want to hear your experience, your perspective, and your voice. And a good way to really think about this that we've been using in our preparations is just tell your story, speak from your experience at the college, and you will be giving these reviewers the information and perspective that they need. So it doesn't mean that you have to do hours of preparation ahead of time or anything like that. Go to that session, they will ask you questions, speak from your experience and tell your story, and you will be helping us out tremendously in doing that. And I think our last question is really one of student involvement. So opening to you ideas that you have for us about what are the best ways that we can get students involved, either in taking that survey or in the visit itself in May.
Vice President Rogers?
The idea that jumps to mind first for me is I was at the Winterfest, I think it was 2 days ago, and I saw a lot more student engagement than I was expecting to. And some things they had was a lot of involvement with the clubs. So that got all those clubs, you can talk to all those people. It's a fast way of reaching those constituents, that part of the student body. There's also free food. That's an easy one. But I think the biggest one is working with the other organizations like PAC, like Student Achievement or executive leadership, thank you, that's what I'm looking for. Working with those other student organizations and those involved with student life, I think is an easier way to get a lot of student input.
I love that idea, and an easy way and quick way to also get, again, sort of a broad representation from those different organizations and groups, clubs, yeah.
Question online.
Question online?
Edmund.
Edmund, you are recognized?
I also, I wanted to say also like really eye-catching stuff, again, from like Winterfest, adding on to what Ash said, there was a lot of like really cool like displays that drew in a lot of attention. And I also had a question about the content of the survey. Is it just like student satisfaction, or is it more open-ended?
Pulled it up over here if you want to hear
Yeah,
some
I
of
was gonna say,
the
yeah.
sample questions.
Most of the questions are like a Likert scale, strongly agree to strongly disagree. Is that
Yep.
right, Ellie? And then there is an open-ended, do you have any more, would you like to make an additional comment? That is completely open-ended, then I think at the end of the survey.
So I'll give you a kind of a sample. So I received clear information as to how much my education would cost. The school worked with me to identify an academic program that met my goals. An academic advisor was available to help me with questions about my course of study. I'm satisfied with the progress I'm making toward completing my degree. Courses required to complete my degree are available when I need them. Faculty who teach provide helpful instruction. Faculty are knowledgeable about their subject areas. When I have non-academic questions, I can reach someone who can help me in a timely way. Overall, I'm satisfied with my experience at school.
Yeah, you can see their questions are pretty targeted to a specific topic. And then what is the last one? Isn't it like a,
Yes.
do you want to make an additional comment?
Scroll past it. Please use the space below to provide your comments.
There we go. So there is an open-ended option in there.
And then some demographic questions. And again, we do not have any control over these. They don't align with some of the categories that we use here at the college in terms of gender or race. So that's unfortunate. But again, we don't have any control to change those categories or those questions.
Right, thank you guys.
Two questions. So the people that are reviewing us, are they 2-year, 4-year, or both? Are they a combination?
They can be both. My recollection of our team is they're primarily from other 2-year institutions.
There's 5, and they've been at 4-year institutions, but they all have 2-year institutions, like a
Experience.
decade plus at 2-year institutions. So they're very much peer
Yeah.
reviewers.
Okay. And then the second question is, once the results of the anonymous survey come back, the student senate allowed to receive that data?
That's a good question. Yeah. So we get the results of that survey, I believe, early April. And I don't know of anything from HLC that would prevent us from sharing, and certainly we'd be happy to do so. So yeah, we'll look into what do we do with that information when we get it. How can we share that out?
Thank you.
I've been hearing from students in kind of focus groups about what projects they know about, what things this college is doing that they know about, and it's all over the board. So I'm wondering with this specific survey, I mean, I imagine there's a self-selection bias for the people who are taking that survey, or the ones who also know about these things. Is there a way to account for that? Is there a way to hear other students' voices who may not be in that group?
It's a good question. And I would say one of the things we're sort of thinking about is with that survey that they're sending, the questions that they have sort of decided and the fairly limited window for that survey that we don't really have any control over. The thing to know is the survey is one element in the whole process. So if that weren't represented in the survey, it could be something we looked at for the visit and the session, where they might get a different representation and a different perspective than what they heard in the survey. So that survey is just one of the things they're looking at. In terms of can we do that actively with the survey? Probably not. They are actually very specific about saying that we cannot recruit students to take the survey in any specific way other than communicating that it's available. So
Incentives,
Yep.
that's how
no
we
incentive.
get students to take surveys.
So there's a limit in terms of what we can do with the survey itself. But in the grand scheme, there are probably some other ways that we could capture that.
Did you have a follow-up?
I had a separate question, super quick.
Then I'll get to you, Crowder, and then you, Senator Larson.
Thank you. That massive report, like the 1,000 page one, is that public? Is that something students can see?
I'm just glad you said 1,000 pages, but that made me feel better because it's only really 150.
Oh, great.
And the 1,000 gave me a moment of panic. Of how much are we writing? 150 is plenty though. I'm sorry, say again the last part of the question.
Is that something that, students could look at? Can students Senate see that?
My question, I believe the answer to that would be yes, we can make that available once it's
Confidential.
done. And yep, there shouldn't be anything that I can think of that would be confidential in there.
Senator Crowder?
Excuse me. I was just wondering if one of the initiatives could be to, have all the teachers announce it, in their classes or ask them to announce it. And, just to encourage the students to take the survey.
I was gonna say, in terms of publicizing the survey and letting them know it's available. Yep, I like that idea.
Because I feel like we're a small group of student senators and we can only get to pretty much our classes, but if it's announced by the instructors
That tends to reach a much broader audience. Yep,
and including like getting our welding students, our firefighter students.
yep, that range that we really do hope for.
Yes.
Love it.
And to respect the time, we're gonna have 2 more minutes, so I'm gonna get Senator Larson, and then I'll have you for closing comments, Senator. Senator
One,
Jagadish, did you want to speak also?
one thing that we found effective, like Ash said earlier, with tabling or letting clubs and organizations know and having them table, we're actually going to begin tabling very shortly. What I think a couple senators each
We have a
week.
whole roster, yeah.
Yeah, we have a whole roster set up, so that would be a great way for us to be communicating that effectively to students as well.
I was hoping you'd say that, yes.
Senator
I already
Kinder?
talked to Paul about it.
So maybe we can promote that in our social media accounts, school social media account, and we can use the, our new display in front of the school. Maybe we can do some kind of design, and maybe we can start hashtag.
Yeah. We still have 90
Yes.
seconds, Senator,
I think we
Jagadish, did you want to
can-
get in there?
Sure.
I don't know how we can spread the link, because there's no,
Control.
Login.
Social media, yeah.
So social media probably wouldn't work for the survey. Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Okay. Well, with that, I want to give a nice round of applause to these fine.
Further thoughts, hopefully you know where to find me.
And thank you for having us. Really appreciate it. And we will, I think, really you capturing all the
I
way.
did. Yep. Thank you. Have a good meeting.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, now we will move into our section of the meeting where we get to disclosures and recusals, and I will ask anybody in person or online if you have anything you'd like to disclose or recuse yourself from. You mind? All right, seeing none, hearing none, we're going to move on to reports of officers, advisors, and standing committees, and I will fire off with the president's report. Fresh off the plane, folks came back to DC, had some successful meetings with Dr. Thomas and a couple of our senators. We met with Senator Pocan. We met with a couple of senator staff, Johnson staff, Ben Horton. We met with him himself. A lot of them are very open to adding more to the Pell Grant. $200 is the ask. Nobody said no, so that's very good. We will work from there. We will see what November brings. And that's what I have for you as far as the report. Did you get into district board at all the last time we were gone?
Don't believe it's met since.
Since we.
No, we did.
You did give a report for district board?
Yes,
We
no, we
talked
talked about it. I remember
Understood. Well, so with that being said, that will be my report, but if you have any questions, comments, concerns for me, I am here and I am available. Any in the room or online? All right. Thank you very much. And we will now move to the Finance Committee, Vice President Quinn Mattson.
Yeah, Finance Committee met last week. We don't have a huge backlog of club funding approvals. I presented some of my ideas, my rough sketch of the 3-year plan organizational goals, and got some really helpful feedback from the committee. I'm going to incorporate that and move on to bringing these ideas to the Executive Council, after which you will all hear about this at the General Assembly. It's not a secret. allowed to ask questions. I'm not gonna go into details right now. I'm really happy to share because I'd love more ideas and more input to help kind of flesh these out and develop them. So yeah, 3-year plan, we're chugging along. That concludes my report.
That's good work. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns for the 3-year plan for Vice President Quinn Mattson, in person or online? All right, seeing none, hearing none, we're gonna move to the Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee. Vice President Rogers for your report.
Quickly following up on District Board, I did actually get approached by Tim Casper, who said, you know, he really liked that you brought someone in to do the Senate report alongside you, so cool there. As for my committee, I did a little presentation with Ida, who's in my committee, and we talked about how to write a bill. That was super cool. Next week, we're gonna have maybe a little more on that if people are interested. For my big announcement, in the last 21 hours, I have spent 13 hours working on the bylaw revision. It is quite trucking along. We've got a first draft. My committee can expect to see that on Wednesday. EZAC will see that on Tuesday. And if anyone would like to kind of get a sneak peek of what's going on, feel free to show up to the committee meeting. And then we can expect to see that read into committee and kind of look more for that process at the end of February, right after Quinn does his 3-year plan. And then beginning of March, we'll be really focusing on it, hitting it hard.
It's a lot of work. Yeah, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Vice President Rogers? I know that's a lot that he's working on, but you don't open any comments? Okay, thank you very much. We will now move to Team Development Committee, Vice President Surtsel, if he is available.
So he's excused. I have his report.
All right. Advisor Cole, if you can lead that up, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, not a problem. So VP Surtsel submitted that Team Development Committee met, provided brief committee updates in overview of their last meeting. The committee is continuing to formalize internal role structures for supporting sustainable team building initiatives and future leadership transition. Planning for our work with the food pantry cupboard is underway, and we are anticipating the implementation of potentially requesting the items that the food cupboard is looking for by the end of March. So open big for that. Additional volunteer engagement opportunities, including an idea that was provided for a no-sew tie blanket project, is going to be explored into the future. Something for us to consider as we collaborate and move forward. The last thing that was wanted to be provided is that many of you all have probably seen the emails that the Student Success Awards is upcoming, and that nominations are open right now to nominate a variety of different people and activities and organizations. So everybody on Senate should consider submitting a nomination for Student Senate for Organization of the Year. Last year, I think we had 8. So it'd be cool.
Out of 14 senators.
Yeah. So if we could all submit that, that'd be awesome. Last time we won Org of the Year was 2022. So it'd be cool to kind of jump back on that, but please look at it. I'm biased to say, and I know Corey would say the same, submit Senate, but also look at the rest that are there and feel free to nominate anyone and everyone as they want to hear from you all students. That's what.
Thank you, Advisor Cole. Well, if you have any comments, concerns, I would please ask that you Teams, email, or shoot a message to Vice President Surtsel. He will respond to you in due time. And with that, we will be moving to the Public Relations Committee. Vice President Artie Nichols for your report.
Thanks. So as you heard a little bit right at the end there, as we mentioned to Ellie, we have tabling now. So that starts next week. The first senator to table will be Sanjay Tuesday next week. That is in place. Cole put that schedule together for us pretty quickly. It took him like 20 minutes. It was great. And so we also then have that. You should have all received emails about when you're tabling. Everyone is on there twice, I believe. It goes from next week all the way till the first week of April. So, and we have pretty good coverage through it. During the week of, the week of elections, or no, during 1 week during the end of March, right after spring break, everyone will be tabling for 1 hour.
Elections.
Yeah, so everyone's going to be tabling for 1 hour during that time. So you're not scheduled on there right now, but just know every senator will be active during that week.
Every Senate member.
Every Senate member, yes, thank you.
For our new folks who may join, surprise.
Yeah, surprise. You're welcome. I attended the JED campus visit yesterday. That went from 8:30 to 3:30. It was long, learned a lot of information though. I'm not gonna give you a full report on it just because, Villa Cruz is gonna be here on the 26th and he's gonna give you the full report, but I do have notes. And if you want to see them, or you're just interested in what was talked about, want to see some of the data points, or, I think I have a couple things in there that he might not include, feel free to ask. Elections, so we have, I think we're up to now 6 people have applied, for next year with, yeah, so 6 people have applied so far. Which is great. We're hopefully gonna see a couple more of those roll in, obviously, as we sent out another email yesterday, I believe. Today, sorry, we sent out an email today. And we saw a lot of interest and engagement at Winterfest, so that should be fun. If you haven't, I suggest you walk around campus and see some of the election stuff that's up now. It's everywhere. There's quarter sheets. We have stuff on the big electric thing, or the big electric screen in the atrium.
Is it working?
Yeah, it's working. Do we have anything on the TVs yet? We have the things on the TVs too, so.
And Wolfpack Connect banner.
And Wolfpack Connect banner. So we have our branding everywhere. You'll also see once the February Clarion newspaper comes out, obviously we'll have a big thing in there. And then plus when tabling starts, we're gonna be marketing the elections during tabling a lot. I think that concludes my report.
Awesome report. Does anybody have any questions or comments? No. I got a question. Vice President Ari, could we bring out the wolf costume for the tabling?
Yeah, okay. It's right next to Cole's office, actually, or at least one of them is.
We have to request it.
We have to request
If
it,
the
but,
day you want to do it, we need to talk to Deanne, but yes, we could look into it.
but yeah, we can look into it and, if you want to wear the Wolfie costume, I'm like I know for a fact it's not just one person. So if you have someone that you want to see you want to wear the Wolfie costume, or if you want to wear the Wolfie costume, I think, Cole, if someone wears the Wolfie costume during tabling, does that count as office hours?
I'm sure it would, just there's.
Cool, we're talking about
rules
it,
and
yeah.
stipulations.
Okay, so we'll look into it, but yeah, we'll get Wolfie out there at some point. We'll at least get him out there for Earth Week.
Thank you for all your hard work. Appreciate that report. If you have any questions or comments, please Teams or email Vice President Nichols and he will get back to you. Now we will get to our advisors report.
Ash, you had a question?
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say for the end of your report.
Yeah.
You talked about via Corey's report, the Student Org Award. Where do we receive that? Is that via email that we can go?
It was an email, so there's an initial email that went out, and a second email went out today reminding everybody, so check your email, it'd be from Wolfpack Connect site, but it'd be from ELT, the executive leadership team. They also have QR codes all over the place, and I'll ask Sean to give me the actual link and I can send you all of them. Big things for me on my end is that, as of next week, Monday and Tuesday, I will not be available. I'll be with our Senate folks who are going to be at the legislative seminar. Something just to be aware of that you won't see me Monday. I'm available by computer, and then Tuesday we'll be there for about half the day-ish as we kind of get it set. As VP Nichols said, applications are open. So please, please, please consider anyone and everyone, yourself, if you think you'll be back next semester, if you have friends, peers, anybody, tell them to apply. I'd love to hit pretty high marks for our applications, as we do have a game plan in place to hopefully achieve about 350 to 400 votes for elections based on the marketing campaign that we've set together. Besides that, we are just getting ready to walk into March here with our tabling going on. So you all did receive an email from me giving you the breakdown of tabling dates and times, as well as got Outlook invites. If you want to table more, by all means you can. I'm still updating it with folks I'm still getting availability from. Just let me know what that more looks like, because we do have to reserve the tables. And I just have to email Student Life asking for additional tables. My hope is by next week, Tuesday, we kind of figure out what tabling looks like in terms of having a tire and everything. But for now, for tabling until we get back to it, plan to just grab some of the quarter sheets and the 8.5 by 11s we have for applications. Feel free to move the table. It's the big rolly tables. I'm sure y'all are aware when we did the warm welcome, move that wherever, hang out, just talk to people. We don't really have a table cover at the moment because pretty dirty and beat up. I don't want to make that have a bad image. That's pretty much all I got. If I have anything else, I'll send you all an email.
Any plans on cleaning that tablecloth, Advisor Cole?
No, chances are what's gonna end up happening is if our budget allows and we don't overspend our budget, we may have money left over that we could purchase something smaller that looks newer, that actually has our official logo on it, at a pretty significant reduction. But that's a summer thing.
Okay.
Wondering what the budget look like.
For the time being, if somebody from the Senate wanted to take it home and wash it,
I think there's a
would you be
specific,
opposed to that?
I think there's a specific way you have to wash it, because the Senate logo is also falling apart on it. I think it's from not somebody in this room, but somebody attempting to wash it.
Mhm.
If we can find the appropriate way to clean it, I'm down for it. Otherwise, for the time being, Annette, do you have the other tablecloth?
Yeah, it's over at the, I don't have it personally,
but
it's
that's
at the
all.
student life office.
Okay, so we could potentially try and grab that from South after next week's Winterfest.
I can bring it back over. Oh, well, yeah, Winterfest.
Appreciate that. Also, yeah, Winterfest is next Tuesday. If you can be there to table 11 to 1 Goodman South, please be there, because I cannot be there. Cool.
Thank you, Advisory. Good?
Yep.
If you have any questions, comments, especially about the tablecloth, please, reach out to Advisor Cole. He will respond in due time. All right, unfinished business. Hearing any, seeing none, we will move on to our new business. Senate Bill 003, Senate Merchandise, Senator Jacobee, Senator Larson, and Vice President Nichols, you have 10 minutes to present.
All right, let's go, guys. Come on.
You're done.
I guess I'll just stand.
Stand right in front of me.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, everyone either has a copy or is online, so. Okay, what's up, guys? So this is the Senate merchandise bill. Pretty simple. Ashley wrote most of it. Yeah, I guess I'm reading this in today, aren't I?
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe we read it in first,
Then discuss.
and then we'll do the formal motion
Yeah.
second, bring to discussion.
Right, all right, yeah, great. Okay, cool. So you guys don't care if I read it out, right? No?
Go right ahead.
All right, great, perfect. Bill 003, Senate merchandise. The Senate of Madison Area Technical College, Senator Ashley Larson, Vice President Ari Nichols, Senator Sanjay Jagadish introduced the following legislation drafted on their own recognition. A bill, formal motion being, be it moved, the student senate shall allocate $1,198.50 for the purchase of 200 spiral notebooks with pens, 250 Swanky pens, and 150 light bulb stress relievers, as itemized in section 2 in accordance with college purchasing policies. Primary reasoning, whereas section 1, tabling events serve as an important method for Senate to engage and inform the student body about its initiatives, services, and opportunities for involvement. Whereas clause 2, Senate branded merchandise can increase student engagement and visibility at tabling events by attracting interest and encouraging interaction. Whereas clause 3, providing merchandise at tabling events helps promote awareness for the Senate and foster stronger connections between Senate and the student body. Whereas clause 4, the current merchandise has been largely depleted, limiting its ability to effectively support tabling and outreach efforts. Whereas clause 5, allocating funds for Senate merchandise directly supports outreach efforts and enhances the effectiveness of tabling events. Section 2, additional information. Here we have listed just the stuff we're buying. So itemized list of unit cost, 200 spiral notebooks with pens, $483. 250 Swanky pens, $422. 150 light bulb stress relievers, $293. Conclusion, be it enacted by the Student Senate of Madison College assembled that the Senate shall utilize $1,198.50 for the purchase of 200 spiral notebooks with pens, 250 Swanky pens, and 150 light bulb stress relievers for the 2026-2027 academic year. All right, so that's that read in full. I'm going to give a couple quick comments about it. So, one of the things we wanted to look at that we did not end up purchasing was like Wolfie plushies or wolf plushes of some kind. That was something that was really asked for, but we ended up not going with simply because they were far too expensive for what we could allocate. This is what me, Cole, and my PR team all agreed would be the best use of our funds with, ensuring that like we didn't deplete them completely, because this is coming out of our $1,300, budget, yeah, whatever. $1,300 budget line, of which we're using just under, 1,200. So with that, what do we do next?
So at this point now, to bring this to the floor for discussion, there must be a formal motion and a second. So, no, it's fine. We put it on.
Vice President Quinn Massey, motions for, to bring it into discussion,
Yes.
seconded by Vice President Rogers. Any, discussion on bringing it into discussion? In person or online?
So I think you can just now post to discussion. So you're set and good to go.
And with that, we will go into discussion for 10 minutes.
It's within the allotment of time. So whatever time we have left, your technology please go into discussion.
For the next 5 minutes, we will move into discussion. The orders that the hands are raised is the orders that will be called. With that being said, are there any questions? Vice President Rogers.
Is there no tax or shipping fee associated with this?
I don't, yeah, go ahead.
Cool. No, there is no tax associated with it. We are tax exempt. Shipping fees, there's a one-time freight cost. But typically if they're all sent together, the freight costs will all be under one situation. This number that Ari is presenting to you is without any type of discount or reduction of, well, no tax associated. This is just, hey, we did the math, here's what it says. There are still additional discounts that could be given. That comes at the time that we submit our formal invoice to them of what we're looking to take. So the number in theory could be, let's say even closer to $1,050 per se. It just depends. I don't actually know the dollar amount that is discounted.
Vice President Rogers, follow.
Yes, once the actual amount has been determined, will we have a report on kind of how that expenditure looks, if there's money left, where we're left?
Yeah, so, as, I think I mentioned maybe 2 weeks ago, the budget is available to you all to see. But yes, so the budget's in SharePoint under the Executive Council tab, you can check it on out. But yes, once it is ordered, we will report back on what was the final dollar amount and what is remaining in that.
Would it be helpful if the advisor gave this report during his report, the balance?
That's what's supposed to happen for our bylaws. Yes, I believe so.
Advisor Cole, if you could
I'm looking
please.
at the budget, I think that's supposed to be.
Well, either or, advisor, just to make it easy. Please and thank you, commit to give us the balance next General Assembly meeting. That'd be very helpful. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Online? I got it. Oh, Senator Sindar?
So I think this bill is very beneficial. I just want to do comment. Can I?
Of course.
So I was thinking about it. I think last month I had chance to table with Ari. So I realized that people are not coming our table. Mostly we need to go them while other tables have a lot of people going them. And I just step back and look our table and the other table and I realize I believe there's a better word for that, but I will use mine. Our table look pretty boring.
Understood.
The one blue color, couple pencil or pen, I don't know. And even our marker, when you mark the thing, so you can attend lottery, was gray. I think those small things look very small, but I think when you put top of it, it's affect the students.
Understood.
I think this is really great to start marketing.
Understood. Thank you, Senator Sindar. Very powerful comment, and knowing that we can see what we can do. I know it's coming up, but doesn't mean that we can't see if we can add something to our table to make it stand out more. Is any of these products ethically made, recycled, made in
So,
America?
good question. The company that provides them is 4imprint. So
Which means,
that is an American company.
so it's manufactured, the products here in America?
It is an American company. Where they're produced, I'm not sure. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna assume at least the light bulb stress relievers are probably made in like China or Pakistan, if I had to give a guess. The notebooks might be American.
Understood. Thank you very much.
I'll look for you.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
But they're so expensive. Any other questions or comments? No, they did work hard on this. It was a while and very much appreciate all the effort that you did in getting those prices put together. I did look at it and I looked it over Advisor Cole. Those are big orders that you put and you were able to get that down. Advisor Cole, thank you too for making sure that we got that tax exempt. That you chose a company that we've worked with in the past.
Yep.
So look forward to having that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you would like to add, Vice President Ari Nichols?
No, you got anything?
No.
You got a minute? We can move it in.
So then, yeah, so
I call the question.
Call the question, Vice President Rogers.
I call the question.
Question to vote. Ready to go to vote. So now it's been called a question. We'll bring it up to vote.
Okay.
We'll take a
can.
vote.
It just has to be unanimous.
correct. So we are gonna make a call to question to vote. That's fine. Then what that means is that
Roll call.
it has to be roll call and it has to be unanimous.
Yep.
So
So
that has to be the case.
is any, I guess we just go right into roll call now then, right, Vice Cole?
I think because we called the question technically, but in this special case, I would just. That's got her hand up, second, let's just see.
You actually need a motion first. Call the question, just means we want to vote right now.
Wouldn't that end discussion?
That does.
Already.
But,
I mean, we.
you can call the question whenever you like and that does end it.
Right, but we don't have a question on the floor to vote for the bill yet.
So let's just go this route. I know what you're trying to do. Let's go that because I'm of
That's a
the
good point.
opinion that call to question does actually
Yeah.
put us into that, both because we did the first and the second. for
In
this
the
to be brought
interest
forward,
of the
we can have
details, you
discussion.
can go ahead, if you would like to, motion.
Yeah, I'll make a.
Senator Crowder motions, to call for a vote, roll call vote. Here a second. Senator Sindar seconds. I open up for discussion in person or online. Nothing online. Seeing none, hearing none, I will now take a vote of roll call. And Vice President Quinn Madsen is going to go ahead and call it out.
You don't vote unless we do. Yeah, okay.
Only closed ballots.
Cool. Sounds good.
Correct, Vice Cole?
Um,
What's it?
Only closed ballots I'm allowed to vote.
Yeah, correct. You're not allowed to vote this one.
Okay, Vice President Administration Finance, Quinn Matson, I vote yes. Vice President Legislative Affairs, Ash Rogers,
Aye.
thank you. Vice President Team Development, Corey Sturksel, abstains. Vice President Public Relations, Ari Nichols,
Yes.
thank you. Senator Sanjay Jagadish,
Aye.
thank you. Senator Annette Crowder,
Yes.
Senator Ashley Larson,
I,
Senator Idman Dua,
Aye.
Senator Ida Wilmo,
Yes.
thank you. Senator Sierra Brunner,
Yes.
Goodman South Senator Bethany Bauer,
Yes.
wonderful, thank you. And Reedsburg Senator Furkan Sindar.
Aye.
You guys have it?
Yes. This has been passed unanimously.
Next week, I definitely can.
All right. Congratulations, folks. Good work. So respect the time. We'll go right to Senate elections and open the rolls. Advisor Cole, did you want to take the purview from here?
So, how this will work now is that we have all three of our, potential candidates here to fill. So we will go, in the following order. We will first go in the 2-minute, speech aspect. So in the order in which we received the, applications to join Senate, they will go forward and speak in that order. Once all of these speeches have been given, we will then repeat the process and we will then go into 3 minutes of question and answer that will be facilitated by the folks within Senate towards that candidate. During these times, those that are not speaking, that are potential candidates, they'll kind of hang outside with me. And then at the end, we have created our voting pattern in which you will vote by a form as done before in closed ballot. And there are 3 questions on that ballot, 1 question per individual that spoke. So you will be able to pass your own vote of in favor, not in favor, or abstain individually per candidate that speaks. With that being said, in the order, this will be the order that we will operate. Our first individual to go will be Ashley Juarez. Second will be Keziah, how do I say your last name? Owolabi.
Yeah.
Second will be Keziah Owolabi, and then lastly to go will be Ali Muhammad. So with that being said, Keziah and Ali, if you'd like to step outside with me. You all will dictate obviously timing and stuff and track all that, and then let me know when to bring folks in, and we will go from there.
Thank you, Dr. Cole.
This, and then Ashley, when you're ready, yep, you can come up to the front here, and they will help you with timing and everything. So
Brief question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do I stand in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're out.
Okay.
So the way we're gonna conduct this is, it's a special election. So Vice President Ari Nichols is gonna take the reins from here. He's gonna explain everything that's gonna happen. And if you have any questions, he'll answer them for you.
All right, so you will have 2 minutes to give the speech you've prepared. During that time, if you would like, Quinn will give you
I'll raise my hand.
yeah,
at
raise his
30.
hand in 30 seconds, and then a 10-second countdown with his fingers.
If you want.
Yeah, if you want it. Okay, great. Okay,
Okay.
you are good to start when you're ready.
Let us know when you're ready.
Okay. My name is Ashley Juarez. Wait, guys, sorry. My name is Ashley Juarez. I am a senior in high school. I am in the STEM Academy. I'm currently involved in the college with PTK. Though not related to the college, I have also done an environmental project. I did it last semester. I worked with the city of Madison. I got a grant. I also do other stuff, but that's unrelated. I want to join Senate since I know you guys are working with the food affordability and accessibility with other clubs, and I want to facilitate that even more. And I want to help with other projects you guys may be working on. Since I have previous experience, I hope to help with service projects or anything related of that sort.
Nice. So, it's the last minute. She can end it now if she wants.
Yeah, if you can end it if you want. Otherwise, you got anything else you want to add, go ahead.
Want to end it?
All right.
Yeah.
Next one.
in front of the room there.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
How you going, buddy? So we'll give you a brief description. Vice President Quinn Matz is going to explain to you kind of how this process is going to go. If you have any questions during that time, let us know. We'll answer them for you, okay?
Got 2 minutes to give us a speech. Just tell us about yourself, whatever you want to say. When you have 30 seconds left, I'll raise my hand if you want me to tell you that you only have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, sure.
We're down to the last 10 seconds. I'll do this. We won't allow you to keep speaking after your time, after your 2 minutes. I'll start the timer as soon as you start speaking.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Owolabi Keziah. I am a student in the program of cybersecurity. I'm also an international student from Nigeria. So first things first is I'm saying I came to Madison College because I liked how it looked like at first. That's basically one of the things. But by coming through it, why I really love the Senate or want to join the Senate because first things first, I'm a new student and I'm international. And I want student voices to be heard. So I've been in the Senate before and I've heard how student voices work, but I want to be in the Senate again to make sure people's voices are heard, student voices are heard. And also basically because, I understand how decisions are made. I want to contribute in decision making. What's going to favor each person, if it's going to favor my classmate, if my classmates have concern or anybody outside my class or any student that still have concerns, I could always bring it to our hearing, say, oh, this is what I've noticed, this is what I noticed in the school. And basically one of the things I want to do, basically as a senator. And also, I would like to see a stronger visibility of student resources being used, the scholarships, different things. I like the fact that the laptops and the books are being out there. That makes sense. But I feel like we have more resources that we could bring out to students for students to use, and that basically things that we could achieve as a student body, basically. And also, I want to be part of the student body, but because I know it's a leadership title, but to me, it's not really like a leadership title, basically, because it's a responsibility and I have to be accountable for it. Because being in a student body, so you have to be accountable of the things that happen there, because we're the bridge between students and basically the student and the staffs, which is like the school body. Basically that's it. So I want to be in the student body because I want to help students. That's basically it.
Actually did his research.
Good.
Probably
Okay,
you
so,
should know.
yeah. So
My name is Ali.
before you start, we'll, Vice President Ash Rogers is going to explain to you how the process is going to go. If you have any questions, we'll answer them for you. Sure. With that, Vice President Rogers will kick off the instructions.
Sounds like you already know the drill, but you've got 2 minutes and that's your speech. You can talk about yourself, anything you want to say to us. And Quinn Matson is going to raise his hand at 30 seconds if you'd like him to, just so you know you have 30 seconds left. And then when there's 10 seconds left, you'll start counting down his fingers. And then once time ends, you stop talking.
Okay, let's go. So you know my name. My name is Ali. This is my first semester here. I'm a university transfer major. So I haven't been involved in this college, and I see this Senate as a good opportunity to start to be more involved in this community, not also the college community, but also the U.S. community also. I just found out last week that the Senate did the textbook program rental and also the Goodman South shuttle. I found it interesting, and this is one of the reasons that I'm here. This is my first semester here studying as an international student in US and in this college, but despite of that, I have been an international student for the past 5 years. So I know about the challenges, the struggles that each international student has, and I want to help to share my experiences and get this community more diverse. And that's it.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much.
And send Ashley back in.
If you can.
Now, thank you. We'll have 3 minutes of question and answer, and they will provide you questions. So feel free to stand right at the front again.
Hello. So now we're going to move into the portion of 3 minutes of questions. Advisor Cole kind of gave you that. We're going to start with the questions with Vice President Quinn Matson. I'm going to ask the second one, and then Vice President Rogers is going to ask the third one.
And I'll start 3 minutes time when you start answering, and I'll raise my hand for 30 seconds again. The first question is, why do you want to join Senate? And what plans or initiatives do you hope to take on?
I want to join Senate, as I said, to help facilitate things, create more opportunities for inclusivity with STEM students and all other students. I want to help collaborate with PTK. I know we have Sanjay, but I want to help with that too. As I said, I want to create more service events so that we can get more engagement and such.
Thank you. Would you like the next question?
What previous experiences or transferable skills do you have that may be relevant to Senate?
Okay. I am the Vice President of Service of PTK, so I've gotten the opportunity to host various events, and I am somewhat good with public speaking. Not right now, just other times. With my environmental project, I got to work with grants. I know how to write that stuff. I have gotten to give presentations to elementary schools, talk with the mayor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And then for the last question, Vice President Rogers is going to go ahead and read it off to you.
What is your current schedule like, and how do you plan to balance the responsibilities of Senate as a student?
Okay. I am currently taking like 16 credits, so 5 classes. PTK, forensics, scholarship, you know. But I am somewhat free, pretty free, I would say. So I don't know. I have a lot of time. So
Okay.
I'll just manage.
We can ask question with the remaining time.
Sure.
So are you gonna run for the Senate election for next year?
No, I am graduating in May.
Questions, are there any questions? Senator Crowder, I see you had your eyes up for a little bit there. Okay, any other? I see. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
About 3.5 ago. All right, 3 minutes. You can sit at the front and they'll give you questions.
Maybe ask the first question.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, afternoon, but good to see you again. So now we're gonna move into the Q&A. We'll have three previous questions that we agreed upon that we will ask you. Okay. First is gonna start it off. It's gonna be Vice President Ari Nichols is gonna ask you the first question. Second question will be Vice President Clint Mattson, then I'll go ahead and ask the third question.
Very good. So why do you want to join Senate, and what plans or initiatives do you plan to take on?
So I plan, like previous one I said, I plan to join the Senate because I want all the voices to be heard. Most times is when you're in the Senate, you have to speak to other students and then you can make their voices heard to the Senate. And me joining the Senate also means most times it's basically bridging the gap, but most times also is knowing what students are like, what they feel like saying that they can't say out. So I, as a student senator, I basically just catch what is it that they're always keeping, and then I come to say there and that, oh, this is what the students feel. So what do you think we could implement? How you think we could bring teams together, students together, like create a proper team bonding with the students, and then make them more involved in student activities. And also, what the next question, please? What you said after.
Plans or initiatives do you want to take on?
Oh, the plans and initiative I want to take on is basically bringing students to participate in our activities, student activities, basically making them bond without making them know they're bonding and stuff, because we bring out team bonding activities that they just feel like doing, they just see it and like it's eye catching and then boom, they take it up, but also gives us a good feedback. We know, okay, this is what students like, this is how students want to bond, these are the areas we could touch students and impact students, these are the areas that are lacking for the students. And then by doing that, then we as the student body are basically doing something really good for the students, and also the school is going to see the same thing.
Thank you. The next question is, what previous experience or transferable skills do you have that might be relevant to the Student Senate?
Okay, so in my previous college, I was a chairperson of sport committee. I was a senior president also. So I was in the Senate for 3 years. And what I understood about that was that we speaking to students basically normally doesn't really make any effect that way, but we speaking to them like the same way I met both of them was so good. Like it was just so casual, and then students were so like I was so happy because I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even know who they were, but it made sense. That's the same way like I feel like we could do the same thing, like the skill we have, and we call it like that's a proper communication skill. Like I feel like I could bring a proper communication skill to the table. I feel like we could have a better team, like as I always be saying, like team bonding. Like most times I major in team because that's basically what brings out what we want in students. That's what we know. Okay, this is what's happening. So school, we have to like there are different skills we can achieve through the students. I'm saying those are the skills I could bring out.
You have less than 30 seconds. I can read this question out to you. You might not have time to respond, but what does your current schedule look like? And how do you plan to balance the responsibilities of the Senate as student? You have 15 seconds. So.
All right. So my current schedule is basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I have class in the morning, but then as a student saying that I always make time to like work on that, because if I have things to do in the Senate, I'll just fit into my schedule and then tell you how it could work. Then I can make it work.
Very admirable. Thank you for your. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for participating. And this is the part of the special election we're gonna do Q&A. So we're gonna start off by Vice President Rogers is gonna read you one question, Vice President, or Nichols is gonna read you the second question, and then Vice President Quinn Matson will read you the third question. Do you have any questions for us?
Your first question is why do you want to join Student Senate and what plans or initiatives do you plan to take on?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Yes, I can. First, why do you want to join Student Senate? And then what plans or initiatives do you plan to take on?
Okay, why? Because it's two aspects. One is personal. The personal thing is I want to get more involved in the community here. And the other thing is I'm an international student. I want to participate in this group as a senator to maybe improve a little bit of international student life experiences and the struggles that they are dealing with now. That's it. Yeah.
Sorry, President or Nichols, you can read the second
What
question, please.
previous experience or transferable skills do you have that may be relevant to Senate?
If I want to mention anything, is that I have been in academic era for a long time, and I'm familiar with it. And as I said, I know the struggles, and I want to help. And that's it, I guess.
All right. Okay, the last question.
The last question is, what is your current schedule like? And how do you plan to balance the responsibilities of Senate as a student?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm busy. I'm almost here every day in college. But the thing is, I've told you, the studies that I have here, I'm just repeating them. It's not a challenge for me. I don't do that much effort, so I can open some hours, maybe more than some hours, to participate in, and that's not a worry for me. I can get involved as much as you want.
All right, thank you. And now we still have a minute, so I'd open up the floor to any other questions. And Senator Jagadish has a question for you.
So you said you were involved in more academic side for a while now. Can you explain a bit more, like what do you mean exactly by that? How have you been involved with other people as well, other students there, faculty, the institution, things like that?
Yeah, actually, I studied 4 years of medicine in Romania, Bucharest, to be exact. And there we were only international students, like almost 300 from lots of nationalities. And it was at the beginning, it was a challenge to get to know them and participate in their groups. And I know how to deal with it. And I hope I answer your question.
And that will be the time. We want to thank you so much for.
We got 3 seats. We got at least 3 seats.
Yeah, of course.
All righty.
It's just gonna be.
3 individual seats.
No, it's all.
But then you'll have 3 choices for each.
Yes.
Yes.
candidate.
So how this will work now that we have heard the speech and had question and answer with our candidates, I will pull up, drop a QR code to you all, as well as drop the link for you all to vote. Everybody who is a current member of Senate. can
Even
vote.
President.
VP Matson, VP Rogers, how many Senate members are present here today?
Hold up. Check the record.
Yeah, let's do that, so I don't have to deal with the
How many
Senate.
Senate? We have
Are currently here right now, we should have
8. I have 8.
I have 10.
How many total on here based on when we did roll call?
Let's do a roll call.
I had 10.
Wait, can I see your?
Oh, it's not labeled.
All right, so I'm just gonna go through this quick.
Yep.
We have President, VP AF,
Yep.
VP LA, VPPR. So we have 4 execs that can vote. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We go online.
7.
7.
11.
So we have 7.
We have,
So 11.
Y'all are double counting. We have Edmund, Sierra, and Ida are online. So that's 3.
Was 4, 7.
So we have,
Was 4.
Mr. Khan, and Bethany is online.
so I think we have
11.
We have 12
12 currently here right now because Corey was the 13th and Corey's not here today.
Yeah, 12 total, 8 senators.
Correct. Making sure that we're clear on this, because I don't want 16 responses. I really, really don't this time.
No, we don't.
9, 10, 11.
Are we good, advisor?
I hope so.
I'm looking at, I've got the attendance on.
It's part of his birthing book, right?
So I will verify once the voting is done that we have met it, so we're set. When you get the form, you will be asked 3 questions. You will be asked, how do you vote in the matter of? Question 1, Ashley Juarez. Question 2, Keziah Owolabi. Question 3, Ali Muhammad. You will be asked, do you vote in favor of insert person, not in favor of person, and then abstain? Again, as a reminder, just to be clear on what these mean, in favor, you are good for them to join Senate. Not in favor, you are not okay with them joining Senate. Abstain. You do not have enough information available to make a choice on the vote and you choose to abstain from the vote. I just want to be clear with that. Please vote for all 3. You will vote once. President Villarreal is able to vote in this one. And I will go on ahead and get ready to.
Advisor Cole, we have question.
Go ahead.
Is it majority vote of counted votes, so absentees excluded?
Yeah, so it has to just be majority of. No, I think abstains do.
They do count.
I do think they count. So you need majority vote
Majority, yeah.
for all those who are in attendance today that are accounted for quorum. If you do not have the majority, I do not believe it goes through. So if there are more abstains, then that does not pass here.
Just so you folks know what an abstention is, Advisor Cole has briefly mentioned it. So either you're voting yay, voting nay, should not be voting abstain unless you didn't get a chance to ask questions.
All right. I just dropped the link in the chat. I will be pulling up the QR code now. Again, please submit a vote in all 3 of the 3 options that we have. It is there. I will leave this up for 2 minutes.
Why not?
And then once we are set, President Villarreal and VP Matson will come up to verify the election result. Again, all current Senate members can vote. If you're not a current Senate member, please do not vote.
In the drink.
That's fine. No problem. Make time.
Well,
Next year.
It's how wait.
When we're done with today, when we adjourn.
Okay, got it.
To my message. To my message.
Maybe. I've seen a lot of messages from you today.
That's enough.
11.
No.
12.
We are a very functional society.
Ask me to rewrite a whole constitution. I can do it. Ask me to count to 12.
Right, yeah.
Manager. This is just in case.
You're supposed to do the finance.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do the
Weird
number.
for my
Okay, got it.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
Point of inquiry, was it 11 or 12?
it's 12. We just did the math. It is 12. It was 12.
Did the math.
Yeah, we all did the
Who
math.
left?
We all did math.
Quinn.
And then he came back, so now.
There you go. Calculus.
No calculus, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take down the QR code.
I'm dead.
I just want to make sure. Set.
Oh. Oh, okay. I saw the names. Yeah, I was like, what is that? You see my typing? I thought, maybe you had like one of those, maybe you had it set up as like one of those QWERTY keyboards that only has 16 keys on it.
Not sure.
You know?
Yeah.
The chord transcription?
No.
Really? I'll show you.
There's one 16 letters.
Yeah.
Oh, in this order.
So it looks like.
In this order. Alrighty, we will call it. We actually got the right amount of votes. We know how to count. Yeah.
Well,
We did it.
So, we will announce the results here momentarily, and then we will immediately swear in those who were elected. If the folks who are elected, when we say come on up, we'll come up one at a time. You'll come stand at the front of the room with me, and then you'll follow the directions of VP Rogers. And you will be on camera and recorded, so be ready. With that being said, to our first vote, in the vote of Ashley Juarez to join Senate, I would like to congratulate Ashley Juarez on being voted in. Next, in the vote of Keziah Owolabi, I would congratulate Keziah. And lastly, in the matter of voting for Ali Muhammad, I would like to congratulate Ali Muhammad. With that being said, we will now immediately swear you in. So in the order I announced, we'll have them come up. So Ashley Juarez, if you'd like to come to the front, please.
Yeah.
You can stay there if you would like.
Really?
You can too.
I thought, doesn't she have to read it off?
I mean, yeah, but I can.
Yeah. You can.
Oh, yeah.
There is no directive for it. I just wanted to be clear that.
I gotta get my pictures.
Yeah, bro. All right.
You
So,
stand just
It's
over
all
here.
about the media.
That's right.
No one actually
You're all good.
cares about the results.
That's the camera that's watching us, so.
Okay.
After the first part, I got like Glee from the front now.
No, you can skip it.
Okay, awesome. I will read the oath of office, then call on you, Ashley Juarez, to affirm the oath of office. Please place your left hand on the Student Senate Constitution and bylaws as you affirm the oath and raise your right hand. Once you've been sworn in, please go talk to Advisor Cole Caliocrado to sign your agreement to serve after the meeting is completed. When you are done taking the oath, please be seated at the table. Do you solemnly swear to do your civic duty, to serve your college, your community, and most importantly, your fellow students in a democratic fashion?
I do.
Do you swear to treat all people equally and fairly, and that you will strive to create a student senate which is welcoming to everyone?
Yes.
Do you swear to listen, speak out, and act in ways which will empower all students? Ashley Juarez, having heard the oath of office, do you swear to carry out all of these tasks to the best of your ability as a general senator?
Congratulations.
Handshake. You gotta, yeah, come on. All right, face the camera.
Oh, wait.
Okay. Which
All
one?
right.
All of them.
All right, yeah. Good job, folks.
Great job.
Great. And you have to sit at this table now.
Oh, okay.
You are
Can I bring
allowed,
my-
you are allowed to sit at this table if you would like. Take a seat anywhere you like. Congratulations.
Oh. So I will lobby to be sworn in as a general senator. I'm only gonna get one read through completely. That's fine. I come to the front of the room. I will read the oath of office, then call on you, Keziah Owolabi, to affirm the oath of office. Please place your left hand on the Student Senate Constitution and bylaws as you affirm the oath and raise your right hand. Once you've been sworn in, please go talk to Cole Caliocrado to sign your agreement to serve after the meeting is completed. When you are taking the oath, I think there's some typos in here. Please be seated at the table. Do you solemnly swear to do your civic duty, to serve your college, your community, and most importantly, your fellow students in a democratic fashion?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear to treat all people equally and fairly, and that you will strive to create a student senate that is welcoming to everyone?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear to listen, speak out, and act in a way which will empower all students?
Yes, I do.
Keziah Owolabi, having heard the oath of office, do you swear to carry out all of these tasks to the best of your ability as general senator?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
All right.
There we go. Good job. Have a seat at the table. If you'd like to, if not, also fine. We'll have to move for Khan's backpack.
I invite Ali Muhammad to be sworn in as the general senator to come to the front of the room.
The backpack, chair right there.
I will read the oath of office, then call you, Ali Muhammad, to affirm the oath of office. Please place your left hand on the student constitution and bylaws as you affirm the oath and raise your right hand. Once you've been sworn in, please go talk to Cole Calio Crowdo to sign your agreement to serve after the meeting is complete. When you are done taking the oath, please be seated at the table. Do you solemnly swear to do your civic duty, to serve your college, your community, and most importantly, your fellow students in a democratic fashion?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear to treat all people equally and fairly, and that you will strive to create a student senate which is welcoming to everyone?
Yes, I do.
Do you swear to listen, speak out, and act in ways which will empower all students?
Yes, I do.
Ali Muhammad, having heard the oath of office, do you swear to carry out all of these tasks to the best of your ability as General Senator?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
All right.
There we go.
Good job. And then if you'd like to, otherwise you can sit back. Okay, entirely up to you. So congratulations to all of our new Senate members who have been elected in and sworn in now to Senate. We appreciate having you all here and you all here for me in the near future.
Let's give a big round of applause for everybody that participated. And thank you, Advisory Cole, for making some sense out of this very hectic special elections that no matter what, it always doesn't go as according to plan. This will be our third one since I've been on the Senate, so kudos to everybody here. Now we will move to Section C, Position Adjustment, Goodman South Senator.
I'll take this one. Do you care? Yeah, I'll take it.
You recognize?
Yeah, so, after, I'll be honest, after overhearing a conversation between, Bethany Bauer and Annette Crowder, they requested to, switch roles, having Annette fill as the Goodman South Senator and to have Bethany take the spot of General Senator, since Bethany will no longer be attending classes at Goodman South. However, Annette will be. EZAC team says it's good. Just need a vote from you guys.
So
Advisory Cole, you recognize?
to clarify why we're doing this type of a special election here, it is not dictated in our bylaws for a process like this. So we are kind of operating off what we would expect as your typical, there is no unfilled position. Both positions are filled, and we would just be swapping the roles to allow for us to maximize our reach at Student Senate, but allow our folks who are at the respective campuses be able to reach them, accommodate within their schedule. So with that, how this will work is that this will have to be done through a formal motion and a second. There will be a period of discussion, which you can treat like a question and answer if you would like to ask Senator Crowder or Senator Bauer questions. And then we will go to, at the end, a vote by roll call, and it will need to be a 2/3 vote. So just to be very clear.
2/3 of the yeas.
2/3 of the yeas, yeah. So it has to be a 2/3 vote. Yes.
If it's not outlined in the Constitution or bylaws, why are we doing 2/3?
Most of our things that require changes that could be seen within the Constitution or bylaws are typically 2/3, and because we're not bringing in someone new, the Senate has to make a more formalized decision on allowing for this to be changed.
Do you find
Good question,
find anything wrong with that?
but can be outlined in the future.
It will be.
Look at that. Look at that. Yes, and so in terms of voting, this will be roll call, so President Villarreal will not be able to vote on this. However, Senator Crowder and Senator Bauer will be allowed to vote, but also have the choice to abstain if they would like.
Comes to a tie.
Yes, when it comes to a tie, then yes.
I will cast the deciding vote. Comes to a tie, folks. Correct. Please don't put me in that position.
So I just want to give that background to it. Everything VP Nichols said is correct. So,
Motion made by Vice President Rogers. Second by Vice President Ari Nichols. Open up for discussion, in person or online.
yeah,
So
this is.
call in the hands that are raised in that order if there is any questions.
Are we moving into the question and a discussion period or
Yeah.
the vote? Okay.
Straight.
Yes, so this period is open right now.
I'll fire off with a question. Senator Crowder, what do you look forward to and what could I do and what could the E-team do to better set you up and get you ready to go?
Not much, because I'd be reprising a previous position. I've been a Goodman South senator before, literally the exact same way it's happening right now. When Danny Hearn was here, we traded positions because he was here and I was there, and my program was there.
Senator Crowder.
And I know Freddie, the person who's the manager over there. I know a lot of the players already over there.
Vice President Rogers.
Well, that basically answers my question, but I'm curious, do you have a plan to table at Goodman South? Do you have other plans to make sure you're hearing those current student concerns and voices?
Yep, I've already set up tabling. I'm already tabling there 1 day a week, but I formalized it with Cole, had him reach out to Nancy because I can't put in my own request, fortunately. And so I'll be tabling out in the cafeteria area, which is the most visible area, twice a month. I think we estimated, we tried to get every week, but at least we have twice a month.
We have a
And-
plan in place for the times that we can't have a formal space, and I've worked out a plan.
So when I can't have the formal space, then I'm gonna use the library, and I already talked to Mark, who's the librarian there, who actually was checking in to see how I was doing today. So when I asked him about utilizing a space in the library, he's like, no problem. And he's like, do you need anything else? And I'm like, thank you.
Senator Crowder, tell him you need the Wolfie. Any other questions for Senator Crowder or for Senator Bowers? I got a question for Senator Bauer. Senator Bauer, how are you going to handle this transition?
So I'm currently in the Protective Services building, and so that technically is like part of the Truex campus. So since I'm in that building and I'm interacting with students, I've already had conversations and gathered information regarding getting a fridge in that building, and so I think I've kind of started the transition, but just waiting for the official vote of it.
Thank you, Senator Bowers. And if you do need anything from us or the Senate as a whole, please reach out. Advisor Cole is more than willing to delegate and see what we can do to get there to help you out. Any other questions or comments for these two prospective senators and their roles being switched? It's not a big deal, but it is something that's not in our bylaws, so it doesn't happen all the time. Okay,
So with that,
I would
we can move to end
I
discussion.
would entertain a motion and discussion. A motion made by Vice President Rogers, seconded by Senator Larson.
Go right to a roll call vote now.
We are going to move right into a roll call. And Vice President Quinn Matz is going to call out your name. You're going to either tell me yay, nay, and I hope you don't say abstain, because if you say abstain, I'm going to have some questions for you.
Starting with Vice President, Administration and Finance, Matson, I vote yay. Vice President, Legislative Affairs, Ash Rogers,
Yay.
thank you. So we're going analog today. Vice President, Team Development, Corey Sturtzel, abstains. Vice President, Public Relations, Ari Nichols,
Yes.
thank you. Senator Sanjay Jagadish. Thank you. Senator Ashley Larson.
Aye.
Cool. Senator Annette Crowder.
Yes.
Senator Idman Dua.
Yay.
Thank you. Senator Ida Wilmo.
Yes.
Thank you. And Senator Sierra Brunner.
Yes.
Senator Bethany Bauer
Yes.
and Senator Furkan Sindar. The ayes have it.
All right, motion is passed. Roles have been reversed. Thank you very much, folks. We will now move into our last portion of new business. Senate election updates and notices from our advisor.
Yeah. So, wanted to take this time to, one, give you all just a couple of updates of where we're at in the formal application process, as you will continue to get updates from VP Nichols. You'll soon start getting updates from VP Rogers as well when it comes to the rules and other aspects. you help me with the ethical election part of it. We currently are sitting just one number higher than what VP Nichols said. We actually have 7 now. We have 7 total applications that have been submitted, which is about on par to where we were at this time last semester. So 7 submissions in about 4 days is not horrible. We're hoping to go into the weekend with double digits because that would be very beneficial. Once we start receiving additional applications, specifically once we hit double digits, myself and VP Nichols, as well as maybe some of the folks on the PR committee, will start creating our Senate one-page marketing material. It's going to be 1 page this year that we provide to all candidates who are running in the general election. With that, it's very standardized. It is not modified. Many of y'all may have seen what last year's looked like. If not, let me know. I'd be happy to show you what last year's looked like. It'll be roughly the same with maybe some minor tweaks. Senate only creates 1 piece of marketing material per candidate running. That's it. If they're running for 2 positions, they get 1 piece of marketing material. That is something that they can use in whatever way, shape, or form. If they want to print it off and they choose to print it off themselves, they can do so. If they want to use it for their social media, they can do so. We, as Senate, provide one good faith gesture to them to allow them to have something in case other individuals do not have access or the ability or the technical knowledge to create their own marketing materials. As I know that other folks be willing to help them, Senate has to play a neutral role in this. So we do provide that to everybody as a kind of a level plan.
And to be aware, if you're a current member of Senate, that you have to be very careful to not promote yourself, but to promote the election itself.
Correct. And so one of the things I want to be very clear about right now, since I know that we may have folks who are currently on Senate running into the future, my number 1 big thing is you cannot use the Canva account for student life. Cannot. 0. If you are found to have, I will delete all of that is there. And we will be having a discussion with Director Ellie Green as well. So if you want to create your own Canva account, feel free to do so. They are free. Premium stuff, I understand some folks are enticed by that. I have seen folks who create their own marketing materials without using the premium Canva works just as well, truthfully. And yes, as President Villarreal said, you as members of Senate, when operating in Senate fashion, are there to represent the integrity and bolster the outcome in terms of our voter outcome for the election. And you are to encourage all individuals to run in terms of the applications.
Any position.
Any position. You are to not show preference. You are not to disregard somebody from running unless it's very clearly known that they do not meet the qualifications, which what are the qualifications to run? Senator Larson.
You have to be taking at least 6 credits, have a GPA of 2.5 or higher, unless this is your first semester enrolled in the college. Is that it?
That is it. Semantics a little bit. I'll just add one word to each of those. 6 degree seeking credits. It has to be credits going towards your GPA, and your cumulative GPA must be 2.5 or higher at the time that you apply. So if you are at a 2.49 GPA, you are unable to apply. But we obviously always have positions that open up, as we're seeing right now. So do not be discouraged. You can obviously run if positions open up for the course of the summer, because guess what? It's going to happen. It just is. What I really want to take this time today to talk about, and this is more to address 2 things that came to light. One of them happened last year that I didn't know about. And the other one is a conversation that's been overheard that I want to make sure I deal with appropriately. To start with the former half, you as members of Senate should never, ever, ever, ever be endorsing anybody while during elections. I don't care if you're a student. I'm sorry. When you were elected in, when you agreed to this role, you are a member of Senate. That does not get taken away. No emails should be sent. You should not be advocating on someone else's behalf directly if you're a member of Senate. You should not be telling folks to not vote for somebody. All of that can get you removed from Senate. And yeah, we may only have a month and a half left, and I will remove you. The integrity of the election is to be upheld. There should be no interference from anybody on Senate. Your singular role, if you are not running for one of the positions, is to support all individuals who want to run and make sure that everybody has equal access to the application and that everybody votes. If you are running for a role, obviously there is a time and place for that, and we have the appropriate measures set forth when the campaign instructions are sent out. happy to do so. During the week of elections, you will not be campaigning for yourself during the time that you are tabling. You are there solely to ensure that individuals know that the election is ongoing and that you want them to vote. If somebody asks you who they should vote for, your response is whoever you want, because we will not tell them who to vote for. You be very clear with that. You can have your opinions. You can say, oh, I like this person a little bit more. You can keep it to yourself. You in no way, shape, or form should be trying to change anybody's perspective or get somebody to vote a specific way. Second thing, this election is done and completed with votes by your peers. I have no way, shape, or form or connection to choosing who wins. Those of you who were elected into your positions were elected into your positions by your peers. Let me be very clear here. There are no shadow rules that are like, if you weren't a part of Senate before, you can't be in a certain position. If I hear that again, I'm going to lose my mind. The folks who are still here from the summer, because again, we've lost some folks, right? You were elected by your peers, and it was verified by me, by the president, by the VPLA, and by Director Ellie Green. We all verified the results. That is how this operates. So at any point, if you hear conversation, well, I think I really won. People can be upset. But in no way should they say perform be, I think I really won. This person stopped me. That is incorrect. That is wrong. And I will not have the ethical operation of this election be compromised because somebody has their feelings hurt. That's the big part of what I want to talk with you all about today, because again, this election is imperative because we want the students to select who represents them next. You all were chosen either during that election or you were all selected today because individuals believe in the work that you can do, that you can represent the students fairly and effectively. Make no mistake that everybody has the ability here to choose to not have you represent them. Do not mistake that as an opportunity to take advantage of something, please. When we get closer to applications ending and the campaigning portion start, you all will get an email from me of what is the expectation to allow for our candidates to campaign. There are do's and don'ts to it. Obviously, many of you probably already understand what those are, but the big ones, just again to be clear, because yes, it happened last year. I want to be clear about it now, is that we will not be defaming anybody. We will not be talking down on anybody, and we will not be telling individuals who they should vote for, who they should consider to vote for. Senate does not endorse candidates. If your friends who are not a part of Senate are trying to do something sneaky, my advice to you would be to tell them to stop.
And bring it to Advisor Cole
Please.
as soon as you hear about it.
Any concerns you have. Because again, I'm only telling you this, I'm not using it as a threat, but it's there. We actually have a process to contest elections. We do, which means at one point that happened, that they believe that they needed to pass an actual revision to our bylaws that said that there has to be rules for a contested election. So again, I want to take this moment just to mention that to you all. I firmly believe in you all. I believe that you all will act with integrity and ethical decision-making. Please don't make me think otherwise. Like I said, as right now, please encourage your friends to apply. Unless they don't meet qualifications, then unfortunately you'll have to tell them not to, because I will turn folks away come time that we start approving the applications. And I'll also be clear with this. This is also a question I got. I'm the one that approves the applications. Director Ellie Green can also see them. I'm the one that looks to see, do they meet, the 6 credits and the 2.5? If they do, and that information gets passed to VP Nichols with the PR committee to create the application material, they don't get access to that information. They only know from me, here's the name of the person that's been approved. Here's the answer to the 2 questions they gave. We need to make marketing material. And that is it. No other information is shared with them. It's all held by.
Well noted.
I guess any questions for me?
It's a good time to get any questions you want about the elections. This is going to be a special moment where you can.
This won't be the last time I talk about this, so I do want to be clear with that. I want to spearhead this now since we are getting applications in and we will have incumbents running. And truth be told, as of right now, to my folks who just joined today, if you choose to rerun, you will be recognized as an incumbent along with our folks that are online. So these are things to consider for yourself as well.
You guys know what that means?
I suppose I should probably say that. Yeah, I keep saying the word incumbent. That's
Because you've already been elected into the Senate. If you choose to rerun, your profile is gonna have incumbent next to it, which tells anybody that you've already done the job and you're already here.
That
And
you
you're,
currently serve on.
and you are running to be reelected. Kind of gives you an edge.
That's correct. You are recognized, and that is something that has been solidified, that you are recognized as a current member of Senate on the ballot.
Any other questions? And if you have any private questions, Advisor Cole would love to speak to you privately about it too. So don't feel you have to ask right now. Okay. All right, we will now move into non-business housekeeping. And I asked the executive team if we have any non-business housekeeping we'd like to address right now, or advisor. Hearing none, seeing none, we're going to move to announcements. Our next meeting will be February 19th, 2026 in room C2402 at 4:30 PM. The president will be here. And for today, I would take motion for adjournment, motion made by Senator Sindar, seconded by Vice President Rogers. I opened up for discussion in person or online. Seeing none, hearing none, take a vote, unanimous consent. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion passed. Meeting has been adjourned. Thank you folks so much. Please stick around for any conversation.